WeatherBlowout.com.
Wake up with the E-Team on the new and improved Good Morning Cleveland. News 5 at 6 is brought to you by Mr. Hero. Right now at Mr. Hero, try the new 7-inch Capri steak meal for only $5.99. News 5 on your side starts now.
It was a moment many of us here in Northeast Ohio will never forget. Amanda Berry telling a 911 dispatcher she was finally free.
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years, and I'm here. I'm free now.
Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight spent a decade or more in captivity in Ariel Castro's home on Seymour Avenue before being rescued. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Tracy Carlos. Tonight, a rally is being held on the street where there was so much heartache and then so much happiness. But tonight, much more than just celebrating the safe return of 3 kidnapped women. My colleague Mike Brookbank joins us live from Seymour Avenue. And Mike, many in our community are making sure that this never happens again.
Yeah, that's right, Tracy. Several women's rights groups were out here, along with one of the 3 survivors, Michelle Knight, who is now known as Lily Lee. Now, in addition to pausing to remember the abduction, abuse, captivity, and escape of the Seymour survivors, their message at the site where it all began was one of hope. Hope that the ordeal and what we've learned from it will help prevent something so horrific from happening again. More than a dozen speakers addressed the crowd, some of them asking for changes at the local, state, and national level to keep history from repeating itself. Now, a reoccurring message was the need to increase resources to address violence against women and children, human trafficking, and missing persons. Now, we all remember that chilling 911 call 4 years ago today when Amanda Berry told Cleveland police she was missing for 10 years but was alive. A defining moment in their disappearance, a moment that community so desperately wanted.
We are very, very proud that they were able to get out alive. Most children don't get out alive. Most women don't get out alive. And we're here to say today that not enough emphasis is being placed on women being raped and murdered.
Now, as you can see behind me, things are wrapping up. Michelle Knight, now known as Lily Lee, just left. When she got here, she had a handful of balloons and flowers. We're going to hear more from her tonight at 11. We're live on the west side of Cleveland. Mike Brookbank, News 5.
Hey, Mike, thank you. Right now, Cleveland police are investigating a shooting that left one man dead. It happened on Woodland Avenue. Police told us they were responding to a shots fired call when they found a 19-year-old male lying between 2 parked cars, shot to death. Witnesses say gunfire was exchanged between the victim and a large group of people. Also tonight, a vigil taking place for a Garfield Heights woman murdered and found inside her home. Family, friends, and the community are remembering Lavora Allen Woodley. Her car was found at an abandoned home near East 140th and Kinsman. Her body found in the basement of her home a short distance away. Police took in a person of interest into custody for questioning, but let that person go. Tonight, police are continuing to search for her killer. And right now, a man suspected of robbing several banks here in Northeast Ohio is on the run. Worcester police say the man pictured here went into the Farmers Bank on Liberty Street Thursday with a gun and robbed it. Investigators think the same man robbed banks in Loudonville and Mansfield earlier this week. If you recognize the man or have any information, you are asked to call the police or FBI.
Good evening, everyone. It has been raining for about 4 days straight. We are kind of over it across northern Ohio, but right now I'm still tracking that wraparound moisture for Cuyahoga County, Ashtabula, Portage, Geauga, and Lake County. It is starting to sag farther south at the heavier bands. We've already seen about 1 to 2 inches in the last 36 hours for southern Stark County. Heavier bands right now entering Akron all the way into the Ravenna area. You can see the darker greens and the yellows continue to veer towards the south. Kind of seeing sporadic scattered showers for Lake and Cuyahoga County across 271 to Ashtabula. But in the last 24 hours, I'm already seeing accumulation totals up to about 1 to 3 inches. And that's why flooding is still a concern. We have the Grand River at Paynesville, a flood warning until Tuesday afternoon. A river at Kilbuck Creek, that continues to rise throughout your evening hours hours. Hopefully going to see that warning expire around 8 p.m. So we're going to continue to have that umbrella handy here before a little bit of high pressure starts to reestablish for your Sunday. So your hour by hour temperatures in the mid to lower 40s will completely shut off that faucet throughout the overnight hours. Bad news, Tracy, here is we are forecasting overnight lows potentially into the lower 30s tomorrow afternoon. But in my 7-day forecast, I'll show you when things heat up.
Okay, Tenessa, thank you. Well, 10 days for a social media crime. That's the punishment an Ohio middle schooler was given. They say the post he liked on Instagram was threatening. Zachary Bolin had a picture of a gun. It is an airsoft gun, and it's something the middle schooler and his friends like to play with. But it was the caption that concerned the Trenton School District. It simply read, "Ready." They sent a note home to his parents saying he was suspended for 10 days for liking a post on social media that indicated potential school violence.
He never shared, he never commented, never made a threatening post, anything on the site. Just liked it.
Now, his family says the school ended up by dropping the suspension. The superintendent there says he takes all social media threats very seriously. Well, today, dozens of athletes laced up their sneakers and hit the courts in Bedford for the 5th annual Special Olympics meet there. 3 teams from Northeast Ohio competing in the state qualifying volleyball event. From 8 to 38 people of all ages were involved, and organizers told us the athletes involved spend weeks preparing just for today.
People just love to come out. It's a wonderful feeling of camaraderie and friendship for the athletes, supporting each other, and the volunteers supporting the athletes. It's a very good feel-good day event.
And congratulations to all the athletes. Hundreds of other athletes are expected to take part in track and field, but the outdoor portion had to be canceled because of the weather. Also, a virtual food drive happening today in Avon Lake before a big gaming event, Buckeye Battles. It's happening right now at Warhost Games on Walker Road. The company teaming up with the Cleveland Food Bank to ensure that no one goes hungry. People are being encouraged to bring in food donations to help out. They're expecting a lot of people and donations until 10 o'clock tonight. Coming up on News 5 at 6, data dangers, how the next time you connect your Bluetooth to a car, you could be exposing a lot of your personal information, what you need to know so you don't get hacked. Breakfast eaters beware, popular frozen products being recalled due to listeria concerns. But first, backlash brewing over the new health care bill. The latest on the showdown when we come back.
Action! Helene Kia has a real summer blockbuster for you.
Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book for your trade.
Drive home a 2017 Kia Sportage for just $111 per month, or drive 2 for $222.
Only at Helene Kia in North Olmsted
and now in Sandusky.
Public notice. Kronheim's is not going to sit by and tell you how much a sofa or a bedroom will cost you. During our $2 million remodeling and remerchandising sale, every piece of furniture in every department is ridiculously priced to save you big money. Kronheim's has started painting and remodeling to make room for new merchandise. Items priced near and below cost. Get to Kronheim's for the $2 million sell-off before time runs out. Take additional discounts in Kronheim's Bargain Boulevard. Bring a truck or a van and bring it home today and save even more. The clock is ticking. Special financing's available. KronheimsFurniture.com.
Here at House of Lights, you will find one of the largest selections of lighting with the guaranteed lowest prices in Ohio. If you're building a new home or updating your current home, no matter what your style is, House of Lights has it. No need to go to those big box stores looking for the lowest prices. Visit House of Lights at 5818 Mayfield Road and experience the excitement, providing lighting and so much more for over 50 years.
Action! Helene Kia has a real summer blockbuster for you. Drive home a 2017 Kia Sportage for just $111 per month, or drive 2 for $222. Got a job bringing home $350 per week?
Helene Kia wants to approve your credit today. Only at Helene Kia in North Olmsted
and now in Sandusky.
Some Republican lawmakers are back in their home districts getting an earful from voters about the newly passed health care bill, but it is still a long way to go. The Senate is signaling it may start from scratch to repeal and replace Obamacare. Here now is ABC's David Wright with more.
For Republican members of Congress back in their districts today, a reality check.
The bill protects the pre-existing condition.
town hall meetings, constituents are venting their anger over the health bill the House just passed.
Republican senators do not like this bill.
Congress members are on the defensive, trying to explain why they voted for this bill.
This is a step in the right direction because the present status quo is not sustainable.
After a constituent confronted Idaho's Raul Labrador, telling him people will die without access to health care, he shot back.
Nobody dies because they don't have access to health care.
A vocal backlash, including these protesters here in New Jersey. President Trump is spending the weekend at his Bedminster, New Jersey country club. Today, the president used his weekly address to praise the bill.
It will be great health care, and your premiums will come down, and your deductibles will come down.
But the president is also having to defend what he told the Australian Prime Minister about the single-payer system down under, Medicare for all.
You have better health care than we do.
Senator Bernie Sanders on MSNBC.
Thank you, Mr. President. We'll quote you on the floor of the Senate.
The Senate takes up the plan next.
Now we'll go to work on a Senate bill.
Democrats already see the health care debate as an opening for them in next year's midterm elections.
The Democrats were already positioned well in this midterm election to pick up a lot of seats, especially in the House, and I think this bill is going to help them.
The debate over health care far from over. David Wright, ABC News, Bedminster, New Jersey.
Now, the Senate bill is likely to be very different from the plan approved by the House. Well, check your freezer before eating breakfast in the morning. Some Aunt Jemima morning favorites are being recalled because of listeria concerns. The recall affects frozen pancakes and waffles and French toast. The Pinnacle Foods Company issued the recall Friday night after tests showed the presence of listeria in the plant environment.
And the Power 5 still tracking widespread rain. I'll show you how long it lasts. Also, I'm tracking in some sunshine finally. I'll give you exact timing coming up.
The summer of 1997.
She wanted to rock the establishment, to rock Prince Charles.
After all this time, she found passion.
The last 100 days of Diana, the 2-hour event everyone will be talking about. This Sunday night at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Why shop Toyota of Bedford? Survey says over 550 vehicles, open 7 days, centrally located on the Bedford Auto Mile. Challenged credit department. New 2017 RAV4 LE for $169 a month. Clearance event is on ToyotaofBedford.com. A driver on the Penske Cleveland team.
Now through May 12th, get a Planet Fitness membership for only $5 down and then $10 a month. No commitment. Why? Because good things come in fives. High fives. 5-star hotels. 5 minutes of cardio. 5 fingers for grabbing pizza. And best of all, the 5 that gets you into the judgment-free zone. Just $5 down and then $10 a month. No commitment. Now through Friday, May 12th. The world judges. We don't. Planet Fitness. Be free.
Hi, Mother Nature here. You've seen my work. Rainbows, clouds, daisies. Beautiful, right? It's a gift. Know what else is beautiful? Nature Stone floors. They take my cute little stones and make gorgeous floors to cover your old, nasty concrete basement and garage floors. And they come in all the colors of my rainbows. Right now, Nature Stone has this special offer. Nature Stone makes me so happy, I'm gonna bloom some roses. See ya!
Nature Stone, the only concrete solution.
Yeah.
Why shop Toyota of Bedford? Survey says over 550 vehicles, open 7 days, centrally located on the Bedford Auto Mile. Challenged credit department. New 2017 RAV4 LE for $169 a month. Clearance event is on ToyotaofBedford.com. A driver on the Penske Cleveland team.
A hidden danger inside your rental car that could leave your personal information up for grabs. Technology makes life easier on the road, but if you're not careful, the information your phone shares with the car could get into the wrong hands. All new tonight at 6, reporter Adam Merkusen shows us how your information is at risk even after you unplug.
It may sound like a bad pickup line. Hey, rental car, you want my contact information? But if you pair your phone when you get in, you're forming a connection that could eventually lead to heartbreak and disappointment.
You're saying that you trust the vehicle and you want to enable that vehicle to communicate with your phone.
Ted Harrington is the executive partner at Independent Security Evaluators. One of their specialties, vulnerabilities in vehicles.
Start the car with that.
Years ago, they built a weaponized software radio that allowed them to start a vehicle without the authentic key.
What connected devices have fundamentally done is they've just change the attack landscape.
I asked Ted to walk me through Bluetooth connection in cars to find out what information you're sharing with your rental ride.
Once you connect to the onboard system, the onboard system now remembers you.
Meaning whatever you name your phone, the machine will remember it. So when you connect, that name will be stored and come up on the screen. In the car I rented, people called their phones all sorts of things, including what looks like their actual name.
I don't know you, Bill Sweeney, but I'm gonna try to find you.
When I first saw this, I audibly exclaimed that I'm looking at someone's first and last name and what type of phone they have, whether it's an iPhone or an Android. And that's a lot of information that is just free for me to access. That's not even, no one's hacking that. You know, the car is giving that information out right now.
Depending on the system, it could potentially download and store call logs, contacts, text messages, even GPS data.
Phone.
When I connected my phone,
download is starting.
It copied my contacts and most recent calls.
There's a big market for data. People are going out of their way to find a way to get the richest possible data they can from you. And of course, your phone is one of the richest sources.
Murray Jennings is a management information systems professor at San Diego State University.
I personally do not ever connect my phone to a rental car.
Murray says people forget to disconnect when they return the car, potentially leaving personal information out there for anyone else who rents it. Do you think rental car companies should visually be telling people to delete their Bluetooth when they're done?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying don't rent a car, but if you decide to connect to the rental, make sure to delete your data when you return it.
If someone says, I don't care if my name is on this and if the news is going to call me later and say, hey, did you rent this white car? That's okay. But they need to at least, any user should at least be thinking about those decisions.
Your information, all you really have to do is go into the settings, find your device, hit Bluetooth, then disconnect your phone.
I was trying to, your mic.
My mic is dying.
I was trying to get close to you. Weather-wise across northern Ohio, what do you think? Ugh.
Yeah.
4 days straight where we continue to see wet weather across the area, but we're going to continue to track more wet conditions across the board until the rest of this evening. Overnight, things will start to change here. We'll shut off that faucet, and unfortunately, the low-lying clouds continue to really take over. Right now, throughout your morning, throughout your afternoon, you've been noticing the moisture throughout Cuyahoga County, and right now, from Garfield Heights to Moreland Hills, you're seeing the heavier bands, but they are tracking, sagging right now towards the south. Ashtabula County, you're seeing the heavier bands. No flood concerns, but definitely a saturated ground from Ashtabula to the Geneva area. You can see this is wraparound moisture that is really sagging into northern Stark County, even Akron right now. You're seeing the darker greens and the yellow, and they continue to move out towards the south throughout the rest of your evening. Taking a look at the broader view, we have freeze concerns out towards southern Michigan all the way to the Chicago area. A freeze warning in place, and some of that cooler air is going to start to track in here for your Sunday afternoon. So I can give you sunshine tomorrow, but still we're below normal for our daytime highs. 42 right now for greater Cleveland. Ouch, 35 degrees. Ravenna with rain currently coming down, even in the mid to lower 30s right now for Ashtabula County. Now, this is just for the last 24 hours. About an inch of accumulation rain-wise has moved across most parts of northeast Ohio. Heavier amounts from the last 4 days. I'm forecasting at least 2 to 3 inches. So flooding still a concern for our creeks and streams, but you can see hour by 3 a.m. we're going to start to dry out just a tad bit. From our futurecast, temperatures throughout your overnight, upper 30s to lower 40s, and that's that goodness here. It starts to work its way in 3 a.m. to the 6 a.m. hour. By tomorrow, as you're waking up, we are not tracking snow anymore. We are tracking sunshine throughout your Sunday. Upper 30s to lower 40s for tonight. Still very cool air, but we're on that upward trend, folks. Look at this. Daytime highs, they're going to return to the upper 60s by Wednesday.
The Cavs with a chance to sweep for the second straight round of the NBA playoffs after defeating Toronto last night in Game 3 to take a 3-0 lead in the series. The Cavs have been on fire lately. After dominating the Raptors for 2 straight games at the Q for games 1 and 2, the first 3 quarters of last night's matchup in Toronto actually felt like a real game. Cavs even trailed at the half, but in the 4th quarter, the Cavs went into another gear, going on a 17-1 run to beat the Raptors 115-94. Kyrie Irving reacting to the team's success in the playoffs so far, giving credit where he believes credit is due.
We're all locked in at a very high level. We understand what we have to do in order to be successful out there on the floor. And it just goes in just having great teammates and having a great desire to do what we want to continue to do, and that's win.
The biggest concern heading into the postseason was the Cavs' defense. In the regular season, the Cavs ranked 22 in the league in defensive rating, and things only started to look worse down the stretch. But as they now sit 7-0 in the postseason, it's clear they can step up their defense when it matters most. Cavs head coach Tyronn Lue pleased with the team's progress on D so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, we've gotten better. We got to continue to stick to our principles, learn from our mistakes, just keep getting better. I think we're doing a good job of locking into what we're trying to do, what we're trying to take away. We just got to continue to build on that.
Don't forget, Game 4 is right here on News 5. We'll have a pre- and post-game shows. Zejunas Ilgauskas will join Hakeem and Andy. Pre-game show starts tomorrow at 2:30, and our post-game show starts right after the game with post-game reaction, an analysis of the game, and so much more. You don't want to miss it. So today is the Kentucky Derby. Post time is just a few minutes away, but in true Kentucky Derby spirit, Browns offensive lineman Joe Thomas having a little fun with some teammates, including J.C. Tretter and John Greco, quizzing them and seeing if they know who's a Browns Hall of Famer and who's a Kentucky Derby winner.
Marion Motley.
That's a Browns Hall of Famer.
Ben Brush.
That's a Browns Hall of Famer.
That's a Derby winner, actually, 1896. Otto Graham.
Oh, that's a Hall of Famer.
Delamalure.
Say that one again.
Delamalure.
The horse.
Football player.
Lots of fun. At last check, the Indians tied with the Royals at 1. We'll have highlights at 11 when that game finishes up. We'll be back right after this.
A birth injury makes a mom's job almost impossible. Call me.
We're the people pleasing people at Park.
Right now, get 0% financing on all new 2017 Subaru Legacy models. Or lease a new Subaru Legacy for just $99 a month. Park Subaru in green.
Summer is almost here, and that means it's time to get your patio ready for the season. Patio Deck and Hearth Shop is Cleveland's largest outdoor furniture store with 20,000 square feet of tables, deep seating, umbrellas, fire pits, and so much more. Right now at Patio Deck and Hearth Shop, take advantage of the lowest prices of the year at our famous pre-season sale. Choose from our huge in-store inventory or special order to customize your outdoor space. Patio Deck and Hearth Shop, quality furniture at a great price.
Before we hit the beach, I gotta hit the loo.
We can't stay here.
Why?
Terrible toilet paper. I'll never get clean.
Way ahead of you, Big Daddy.
Charmin Ultra Strong. Its washcloth-like texture helps clean better. It's 4 times stronger, and you can use less.
Beautiful view.
Thanks to Charmin and you, Honey Bear.
Oh, we all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
One vote. You knew when you cast it they'd lock you up. But that didn't stop you. You traveled far and wide, and others followed. Mothers, daughters, sisters, lions. And because together you roared so loud, I know my voice matters today.
This summer, come celebrate New York State's equal rights history. Download our guide to plan your trip.
Today, the Cleveland Public Library paid tribute to one of the world's greatest superheroes, Superman. The exhibit titled Unveil Superman From Cleveland to Kryptonite unveiled at the main library today. And an original copy of the comic book featuring Superman's first appearance was put on display for the grand opening. Also, a supersized sculpture of Superman is there as well. We'll be right back.
Craving big flavor? Turn your taste buds to Marco's Pizza. Right Right now, get an extra large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 at marcos.com.
Unclaimed freight notice this weekend at American Freight. Over 1,000 truckloads of living room furniture. 7-piece living room groups that include a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 designer lamps. You get all 7 pieces from only $398 complete. Free layaway, same-day delivery. Come to the loading docks this weekend only. At American Freight now, 6 Northern Ohio locations: Parma, Willoughby, Northfield, Akron, Massillon, and Lexington. Visit AmericanFreight.us.
They said I wouldn't make it.
That school just wasn't my thing.
That I wasn't smart enough.
That I didn't care enough.
That I made too many mistakes.
They said that graduation day would never come for me.
But I did it.
This year, I'm walking the stage.
I'm getting my diploma.
I'm getting a diploma. And I'm doing it when no one thought I could.
When the world tells you no, ECOT says yes.
Tuition free, computer provided, enrolling now.
For years, I suffered from abdominal pain and bloating. My doctor recommended IBGuard to calm my angry gut. Now I'm in control of my IBS. Ask your doctor about non-prescription IBGuard. IBGuard calms the angry gut.
With a Lucky Cash Explosion ticket, you could get the thrill of your life.
Buy your tickets. Come out here. It's fantastic.
So if you were heading out tonight, take the umbrella?
Definitely.
All right, that'll do it for us. We'll see you again tonight at 11. Have a great evening.